few months ago, Spike drove the brand new Jaguar XE compact premium sedan at its South African launch. And at the time, he chose the 2-litre turbo diesel model because it is the most affordable member of the range. He ended up liking the styling, he certainly liked the handling, but he wasn't quite sure about the turbo diesel engine because he thought it could be a little bit livelier. So now it's time for me to sample the XE, and I've gone for the 2-litre petrol turbocharged motor, quite a bit more power, and having driven it, it might just be the better option of the two. But this XE's main concern is more likely to be its long list of rivals, including the latest Mercedes-Benz C-Class, BMW's recently updated 3 Series, and the aging but well-priced Audi A4. And from the outset, it's clear that Jaguar's pricing is unashamedly premium, despite the similar drivetrains. Let's take a closer look at the engine and disregard that 25T badge at the back, because this is actually a 2-litre turbocharged engine rated at 177 kilowatts of maximum power, linked to 340 newton meters of torque. And it's that 340 newton meters that is perhaps the more impressive figure. The gearbox, an 8-speed ZF automatic, and of course this car is rear-wheel drive. The XE isn't the most powerful contender in this segment, but it tries to make the most of its muscle by using an aluminium-rich construction, resulting in a power-to-weight ratio of 115 kilowatt per tonne. Still, its 1,525 kilogram curb mass isn't exactly class-leading. However, this is a Jaguar, and it certainly looks different. A low roofline, extended wheelbase, short overhangs, and that very distinctive Jaguar prowling nose are the aesthetic hallmarks of the XE. And it is a very handsome car, especially in R-Sport guise with that black grille and the big wheels. But while the front is indeed distinctive, the rear is too derivative for a car and a segment that relies heavily on a strong identity. The dimensions of the XE make for an interesting comparison. It's 4.67 meters long, 1.42 meters high, and 1.85 meters wide, making it lower and wider than both the BMW and the Mercedes, while the C-Class is the longest car, if only by 14 millimeters. No wonder that the Jaguar looks so athletic, emphasized by its almost coupe-like roofline and crouching stance. But how do those dimensions translate into cabin space and accessibility? The low roofline looks sporty, and this low seating position feels sporty, but getting in and out of the car is not as easy as a result. However, once you're inside, it is a comfortable place, very upmarket, very smart execution, and of course it is typically Jaguar. The black perforated leather upholstery gets smart blue accents, and the etched alloy finishes look more contemporary than traditional wood veneer. A central touchscreen provides user-friendly access to a host of features, including sound, climate control, and the optional sat-nav system. Talking of options, our test car featured more than 100,000 rand of extras, including upgraded sound, a panoramic sunroof, adaptive cruise control, parking sensors, and keyless entry. Rear seating is adequate, while the boot offers 455 litres of luggage space. On the move, this Jaguar XE feels fast and supple, and it is actually quite quick off the mark. Part of the reason for that, very short gearing, especially first, second, and even third, and it really is at its best in R-Sport mode and using these shift paddles. Handling really fluid, a lot more compliant perhaps than you'd expect given the wheels and tyres. And in terms of 0 to 100 time, 6.8 seconds, which is quick, but not as quick as the BMW 330i's 5.8 seconds, nor the Merc C250's 6.6 seconds. Top speed is 250 kilometers an hour. Still, this is an enjoyable car to drive with gusto. The suspension links front wishbones to a multi-link rear, while the electrically assisted steering loads up nicely when pressing on, even if the feedback is more digital than analog. So here's the thing. The issue is not whether this Jaguar XE 2-litre petrol is faster than its German rivals, or whether it's more economical, or whether in fact it handles better. The real issue is whether it is really a Jaguar and whether it has the personality to be true to the expectations that go along with that brand. To me, that's where the XE falls short. It looks like a Jaguar, has the ergonomics of a Jaguar, and is engineered like a Jaguar. But the move to a smaller, lighter form factor has sacrificed some of the tactile splendor associated with the brand. Yes, the XE is a fine car, but for the premium it demands, it's not quite Jaguar enough. A willing turbo engine, slick 8-speed auto gearbox and nicely sorted suspension create a package that delivers a lively and enjoyable driving experience, while sporty looks and a smart cabin add further appeal. The cabin feels more intimate than expected though, while pricing is steep compared to its rivals.